wrong when they say those were your formative years. They're definitely your formative years. But you were formed before that. And we have to keep cleaning. So Dr. Len says that the best way to clean, in his opinion, and again, this would be written on the board, is to say 4 phrases. And some of you know those 4 phrases. Some of you practice those 4 phrases. Some of you know that I'm saying those 4 phrases in my mind right now because I'm cleaning as I'm speaking so that I can give you the best, most direct delivery, presentation from the divine that I can humanly give you at this point in time. I am cleaning now on you, for you, through me. And I'm saying, you're welcome. And I'm saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. Which is the essence of Zero Limits. You don't even have to read the book now. I'm telling you the story, and I'm telling you the secret method. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. You can say it in any order that you like. Why would you say this? Because some people resist it. They don't want to say, I'm sorry. They want to say, what did I do? I don't want to say, please forgive me. I don't have to ask for forgiveness for anything. So I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. The way it's been explained to me and the way that I explain it is, you're saying, please forgive me for being so unconscious. Please forgive me because I have not been aware of everything going on in my life. I have not been aware of what I have had in me, my program, my beliefs from my ancestors or me, to bring in the reality I'm now experiencing. I'm sorry. I was not conscious. You're saying thank you because you're addressing all of this to what I call the whiteboard. You're addressing it to the divine, to God, whatever the word is for you. I just use the whiteboard because it just seems to be so visually, metaphorically relevant. That's God to me. And you're saying, thank you, God, for erasing this. Thank you for erasing this. And always ending with I love you. And if you want a short form, which I would be willing to give everybody here, all you really have to say is I love you. Can you imagine how your life will be different if the non-stop self-talk inside of you was nothing but I love you? You're not saying it to the other person, but you're saying it to yourself. Your whole vibe will change. Your whole interaction with the other person will change. What you send out to the universe will change. And you will be helping to clean the country, the world, everything, the universe, as you're doing this. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. But you can just say, I love you. And as you do, you are cleaning. The more you clean, the more you're going to be able to receive inspiration. Because remember I said earlier, you're either going to be receiving programming, which is any of this data, the 11 miles worth of data that's available at any moment, all of this centuries worth of programming that goes all the way back to who the hell knows where it started. You can be pulling programming from there, or you can be pulling inspiration. And when it comes, you act. But in order to get there, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, and thank you. And as I look at the file here, what? Yes, I was looking at somebody's file. I just don't know whose it was. So let me give you another example here. And this is one I gave to Debbie earlier, and she liked it a lot, so I should share it. So it's coming up for me in the moment. Okay, I was mentioning I like cars. A year and a half ago, I saw a car. I didn't intend to buy this car. In fact, I had never intended to even look at this particular car. And it's a Rolls-Royce Phantom. One of the most expensive, one of the most beautiful, one of the most divine cars ever made, one of the most divine cars I've ever seen in my life, one of the most divine rides that you would ever experience is in a Rolls-Royce Phantom. Note, I was not looking for a Rolls-Royce Phantom. It was not on my wish list. It was not on my intention list. And in fact, I tell people today, intentions are for wimps. Intentions are for wimps. You either have intentions or you have inspirations. And I used to be the cheerleader for intentions and wrote books on how to do intentions. You can still create a reality with intentions, but I find a much more magical, surprising, miraculous reality when I just say, the hell with intentions and let inspiration come. When I saw this car, I was actually doing the Miracles Weekend when I saw you, Ariel. in San Diego. And I went and we saw the car. I fell in love with the car. I bought the car. Impulse purchase on the day, that was the day that the stock market had crashed the most number of points since 1929. I snubbed my nose at that. I bought a Rolls-Royce Phantom that very day. Okay, I was doing this from inspiration. But let me show you how this also triggered something else. So I'm buying the car, I'm walking around the car, and I'm looking at it going, it's big enough to have meetings in it. And then I thought, God, I wonder if anybody would pay to have a meeting in the car with me. And so by the time I got back through Texas, I had written up an email that announced the Rolls-Royce Phantom Mastermind. You fly into the Austin airport, I'll pick you up in a Rolls-Royce Phantom, and you and another passenger, or two passengers, I would take two, we'll go for a little ride through the hill country of Texas. We'll go and have a wonderful dinner. We will talk. You can ask me anything that you want about anything. It can be personal, it can be private, it can be business, whatever that you want to ask me about my books, it doesn't matter, or nothing at all. We can sit and meditate for those hours. And I'll get back in the car, and we'll take them back to the hotel. And I thought, geez, I'm making all this up. Where's it coming from? Inspiration. What do most people go and say? Dumb idea. Nobody will ever pay for that. Why would they pay to ride around a Rolls Royce with you? Why would they fly from another country to go do that? But I thought, this is coming through. Salute, take your orders, act. Wrote the email, sent it out. What did I decide to charge? $5,000 a person. So two people, $5,000 each, they can be in the back. If only one person wanted to be with me, it's $7,500. Made all this up. Did it work? I've been doing Rolls-Royce Phantom Masterminds for the last year and a half. Last December, it got to the point where I got bored. I was doing one a week and thinking, my God, I can't keep eating this much and drinking this much. And some people they flew in from France, Italy, Switzerland. I don't even remember all the different countries. And they were flying in only for this. And so I just bought this other car, this handmade Spiker, and so I've announced the Spiker Mastermind. And it's a smaller car, so it can only hold one person, but I already had a person say, I'll come and do it. Where does that come from? Where does that come from? I think that this is inspiration, and I think that this is coming from cleaning, nonstop cleaning. And for a guy who was homeless, maybe this is one reason I'm collecting cars. No car, no house, no nothing. Because people say, what kind of car did you live in when you were homeless? Car? It would have been so cool and wonderful and a relief to have a car. So maybe that's one reason I'm collecting cars. But the kind of cars now they come to me seem to come from inspiration. When I decide to do something with them, it isn't me sitting there brainstorming and strategizing and masterminding anything. That comes from inspiration, and what I do is say yes to it. I've been with Dr. Lynn several times, especially when we were researching the book. And we'd go for walks, we'd have coffee, and he'd buy a pastry or something, and he'd slap a $20 bill down as a tip. So the person who didn't even wait on us would just rung up the register. And he was just practicing prosperity. He was just saying there's no lack or limitation. This isn't something he would do all the time. He was doing it from the moment. He was doing it from the inspiration. He wasn't doing it from the programming. The programming would be something like telling yourself, the more money I give, the more money I'm going to receive. The more tithing that I do, the more money I'm going to get back. All of which is true, but this all comes from the programming. What I've learned is that if we just snub our noses at intentions and come from inspiration, we will have so much more than our ego could ever give us. Because the other problem with intentions is that they basically come from our past. What do you usually think about when you have an intention? It's like I did a record sales last month, so my intention is I want to double it. Well, that's an ego intention. That's the kind of intention your ego comes up with because it's based on what the ego knows. The ego says, this is my past, this is what's possible, so we'll stretch what's possible a little bit. The divine doesn't have that limitation. The divine doesn't have any limitation. So when it says, Joe, you can charge $7,500 or maybe more for a Rolls-Royce Mastermind, that has nothing to do with my ego coming up with an intention. There was no intention. That came as a surprise. So let me tell you another one. This may even shock you, and it certainly has wowed me.
feel your presence near. I feel the love and have no fear. My heart is open and my mind awake. I feel the power of the divine shake. All I want or need is clear. All I want or need is near. All I want or need is here. Thank you.